So good day. Your activity number 5 will be drawing this uh, third angle projection of a given mechanical part. This is the front view, the top view, and also this is the right view. Okay, and you will include the dimensions. Okay, all the hidden lines and center lines provided here. Okay, and also you will include the uh, notes or specifications. Okay, or notes for specifications. Okay, so let's start. So let's create a new drawing file. Okay, first you need to set up units. So I'll just type in UN. That's the keyboard shortcut for units. I'll set the units to decimal. Okay, and then the precision is 4 decimal places, and insertion to scale is in inches. Then I'll select OK. After setting up the units, okay, you need to set up your own layers. Okay, so I'll just type in LA and press enter. Then I'll add new layers. Okay, let's say conical part together with your student number. Then add another layer, hidden, and add another one. This center, also dimensions, text. Okay, so all the layers needed are provided, but then I'll just change their line types. Like for example, for hidden, I'll click continuous, then load, then right click, select all, then OK, and select the line type for hidden. Then for center, I'll select center. Okay, and that should do it. Now I'll be changing the color of each of the layers. You can choose your own colors if you want. So after setting up the layers, okay, I can close this one, the layers property manager, the LBox. Okay, you can select your layers in the layers panel in the ribbon. Now, let us first analyze the given figure. So you'll notice in the front view, this is the top view and this is the right view. Okay, so I'll just zoom in. You'll notice here the small circle here, or the hole, it has a diameter of 19. Okay, the distance between the center and the edge here is 50.8. The total length of the base is 101.6. The thickness of the base is 12.7, and the distance between the top face of the base and the center of the hole is 63.5. Similarly, the height of this part is 95.3, and the diameter of the larger circle here is projected on the right view, which is 38.1, and the thickness of this uh, extrusion of this circular face here is 25.4. Okay, so I'll just move to the top view. Viewing the top view, this will be the top face of the base, which has a hole, diameter of 19, and the arc here has a radius of 19. Okay, this is in a chamfer, which is 45 degrees. Okay, and the width of the plate is 50.8. Okay, so my question now is, what is the thickness of this one? Okay, or probably thickness of this uh, back plate here, or the thickness of this one. Okay, so you'll notice here, okay, so 25.4, so approximately the thickness here and that thickness is equal. So I could say I could divide this by 2, so probably that will be 12.7. Okay, now let's start the drawing. Later on we will include these specification notes. Okay, so I'll just first draw uh, this line, then offset it by 12.7 so that I could have this thickness. Then from the midpoint of this line, I will draw a height of 63.5 plus 12.7 so that I could project the center of the circle. Okay, so I just draw a line, make sure you're using the right layer. So the length is 101.6. Let's say I'll start here. Make sure I'll use ortho mode, and that measures 101.6. Enter. Okay, and then I'll just press the escape key, then I'll just zoom in. So now I have this line here. Now I'm going to offset it by 12.7. Set 12.7. Select this line going up. Also, I could offset it by 63.5. Then I'll just press escape key. I can now draw lines for the edges, the left and the right side. Now I will draw a circle with diameter 19 and diameter 38.1. Diameter 19, but then I had the radius should be 9.5. Okay, and then I'll just use center diameter to draw diameter 38.1. Then I will erase this line here. Then I'll draw a line which should be tangent to this line. Okay, so I'll just press the escape key, and then I'll just invoke the object snap tools. Make sure that tangent is selected, then I'll just click OK. Then I'll draw a line. Make sure to provide tangency. So I'll just remove the quadrant. And then line should be tangent to that one. Okay, there's the tangent symbol, so I'll just press the F8 key to remove the ortho mode. So notice it's now tangent. I'll repeat the process here. Tangency symbol. Notice the tangency symbol. I might click here and then enter. So notice I have completed this one, that one, and later on I will provide this measurement by projecting the edge here after drawing the top view. Okay, so next let us draw the top view. Okay, probably I'll draw the top view. Now I'll just draw some miter lines here. Let's say lines measurement approximate the distance for the between these two drawings so that you could project the dimensions later. So probably that is 100, okay, 200, let's say 300. I'll make sure ortho is on, then I'll provide the 300 distance. Okay, then probably this will be the edge here on this portion, so I'll just provide another one line here and make sure that is 300. Okay, and just draw lines here. Okay, so that will be the edge of this one. Now I'll just offset that line to a thickness of how much? 12.7. So offset 12.7 downward. Okay, so I have computed 12.7 based on this given 25.4. Okay, so this is the thickness that is projected in the top view. Okay, so approximately the thickness of this one is similar to this one. Okay, and probably they are equal. So the thickness of this back plate is equivalent to the extruded circular face. Okay, and then I'll just I'll just offset it by 50.8, probably 50.8. Okay, so I'll just offset 50.8 downward from the outermost line. Okay, because dimensions arrowheads are projected in the outermost edges, so I'll just select this one from downward. Then I will draw a line from this corner or edge, a line that is 45 degrees. Okay, so I'll remove ortho mode, and then I'll make sure that the line passes through this line so it would intersect, and then I would change the angle to 135, creating a 45-degree angle. So if you want to make sure, you can select angle and then check the angle between them, 45 degrees. Okay, now I'll just trim with my cutting edge, then I'll select this line, enter, and then this one. Then similar procedure, I'll just select this as my cutting edge, and then I'll remove this one. Then I will trim, I'll select this one and this one, then I'll just remove these excess lines here. Okay, so notice that I have created this edge, that edge, and I will now create this arc, okay, by using fillet. Okay, so type in F, radius 19, then I'll select this line and the other one. Okay, so that has a radius of 19. Now I have a radius or diameter of 19 circle. Okay, so I'll just draw a center diameter, then I'll just project the center so they would be concentric, then I'll provide 19 for the diameter. Okay, now I will project this one so that I could create hidden lines here. Okay, so I'll just change my layer to hidden, then I'll draw a line, make sure quadrant is okay, I'll just cancel, Then I'll select quadrant here. Then I'll project lines here in the quadrant and make sure ortho is on. And also for this one. Then I'll just trim, cutting edge, select these two lines here, then press enter, select these two, this one. So I have created the hidden line there. Okay, but then later on I will be creating the center lines. So let's skip the center lines first. Then I will create this one by projecting the quadrant of the circle. So I'll just go back to the mechanical part layer. I'll just draw a line, then make sure that's vertical. Then I'll just trim my cutting edge, selecting these two cutting edges. Okay, but before I would trim that line here, I'll need to offset by 12.7, this one. Then I'll just trim cutting edge, select that line, then remove these excess lines, and similar procedure, cutting edge using trim. Okay, also I will remove that line, so I'll just trim and select this line, and also this one and that one. Okay, now I will draw hidden lines. And also to this one. I'll make sure you trim that one, cutting edge. And also now project this circle for that hole to be visible in the top view. So I'll just draw a line. Also another line. And then I'll just trim cutting edge. Then I'll just remove these lines, excess lines here. Okay, oops. There are no hidden lines here, so I'll just erase this one and also this one. Okay. Now the top view is done. Also the front view should be finished. So I'll just change that to mechanical part layer. I'll just project the edge of this one downward. And then I'll just trim. And then cutting edges. And then I'll just remove those edges here. So the front view now is complete, and also the top view. Now projecting this line here, okay, or the right view, okay, you can simply use lines. Okay, and just project. Okay, let's say that would be line here, also line here, so that the height is provided. Okay, I just draw lines also for this one so that the thickness will be projected downward. Now how am I going to do that? So I'll just draw a line, then I'll just remove the ortho mode and make sure that your angle is at an angle of 45. So make sure that it intersects, so angle 45 degrees, enter. Okay, now that intersection will be projected downward, so make sure intersection is provided under object snap, intersection. Okay. And then line downward. Make sure you use ortho mode again, and then line. The thickness of that plate now is already projected here, and also the height is also projected. Now Let us project the thickness of this plate, back plate. Then I'll just draw a line here. Then also the thickness of that extruded circular face. Now I'll just draw a line here. Okay, and then I'll just project the line of this circle here. Okay, now these are called miter lines. Okay, by projecting the right view, or if you have projected the or drawn the right view, you can project the top view together with the front view. So I'll just trim those edges now. So I'll just trim this one, that one, together with this one. I'll just trim, cutting edge, this one. Okay, I'll just remove that one. So these lines. Then I'll just have my cutting edge here, so that this excess line will be removed. Cutting edge again, and then cutting edge will be this one, then this one. Okay, then I could erase those projected miter lines. Okay, so if you want to double check, okay, you can measure distance between this line is 25.4, 12.7. Okay, and also the diameter of this one is can be measured using distance. This one and that one, 38.1. And okay, let's view this one. So you'll notice here projection of hidden line. Okay, up to that hidden line. So let us draw a hidden line here. Then another hidden line here. Then I'll just trim. Select your cutting edges. Then I'll just trim these two excess lines here. And also I would trim this one, somewhat similar to that drawing. Okay, now how about this one? Okay, I haven't projected that one yet, so probably I'll draw again a line that is 45 degrees. Okay, let's say 45, and then I'll just draw lines for the quadrant of that hole. Then I'll use ortho mode, and then another one for its quadrant. Then the intersection will be projected downward, and also that one. Okay, and then I'll just trim, select the cutting edges, and then select these two lines here, and then remove the excess portion here. Then I will erase these two miter lines. Okay, now are they complete? Not yet, because I need to project center. So I'll just draw a line projecting on this one. Okay, so what was the thickness? So I'll just offset 5 units, or let's say 8 units, offset 8 units, up and down, then trim, cutting edge, select these two lines that you have offsetted, then select this one and that one, and erase. Okay, notice I need another center line here. Okay, so I'll just draw a line, then another 45°. Okay, so I'll just tab and then 45, enter, and then another line that projects. Okay, here. Then I'll just offset again by 8, and then trim, cutting edge, select those two lines, then I'll just trim those excess lines here. Then I'll erase those offsetted lines. Okay, then I'll erase this one. Okay, so are they complete? Double check. Oops, there should be a center line here, so I'll just draw a line that's from the center of this one, and then again I'll offset by 8 units or 8 inches, then trim, cutting edge, select those two lines, and I'll erase the offsetted lines. Okay, notice that there is also a center line here, also on this mark. Okay, so I'll just change the line types or the line type scale. The default is 1. I'll try. Okay, so less than 1. .12 is so much smaller. So I'll just type in less than 1, 0.5. So will that be enough? So 3 and then 2, 4, 6. About 2, 4, 6. Okay, should be fair enough. Then I'll just draw a line here. Let's say what is the diameter of this one is, that's 38. So I'll just draw a line, okay, which is more than 38, let's say 45. Okay, and then I'll just draw a line again, which is 45 again, and then I'll just move this line, enter, and then select the midpoint and project it to the midpoint of that line. Okay, and then I'll just move this line to the center of this one. Okay, so probably it's shorter than I thought. Okay, you can erase that one and you can draw another one. Let's say it should be auto mode and it should be 55. Okay, undo. Undo. So it should be enough. That should be enough. 45, 45. Okay, then for this one, on the top. Okay, so if you want, you can simply copy this one. Okay, then I could project it here. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, and are they all complete? Okay, so probably I could say they are now complete. Okay, now let us proceed with the dimensioning of these uh, objects or drawings. Okay, so make sure you set your layer to dimensions. Okay, before dimensioning, okay, let us see the dimension style manager and make sure to select standard. Okay, and then modify. Now under arrow size, okay, let us just change that 3. Let's try 3. Okay, and then for center marks I will use line and this will be 2. Enter. Okay, and then what else? Lines. Okay, extend beyond the dimension lines, say 3. Then offset from origin, let's say this is 1.5. Enter. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, let's proceed to text. For the text height, should be 3. Offset from dimension line, say 1.5. Okay, then for the primary units, so there are only 1 decimal place, so I'll just use this one. Separation is period. Okay, 0 separation, I'll just use trailing. Okay, and then what else? If you want to change your arrowheads, you may do so. Okay, and first and second should be similar. Okay, so let's say if you're going to use that, should be that. Okay, so I'll just use close good, and then okay, and then close. Make sure standard selected. Now let's try linear. Okay, so I'll just follow the dimensioning style of this one. So I just select this one and that one. So 101.6. Oops, the separator is comma. Okay, so I'll just edit. Okay, oops, I'll just cancel. Then I'll just erase this one. So make sure under annotate you use standard. Okay, standard. Okay, and then dimensions. Okay, under dimension ISO 1 standard. Okay, so I'll just use linear. I could select this one and that one. Okay, then you approximate the distance between the object and the dimensions, and then 12.7. Okay, so I'll just use linear again. Select this one and that one, 12.7. Okay, then another one, center, and this one. Then I'll just connect it to the endpoint of this arrowhead, 63.5, and then 50.8. So again, linear. Select the center and this corner here, then project a horizontal dimension, 50.5, 50.8, and then diameter 19. So I'll just use diameter, then select this one. Okay, when projecting radius or diameter, it should be at the location of 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, okay, and then 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, then 10 o'clock. Okay, so I'll just place it here. Then front view is complete, so I'll just try this one now. 25.4, so that will be horizontal or linear dimensions. 25.4. Okay, and then this one is a diameter, so I'll just use linear for this one. Okay, and then I'll just double click 38.1. Okay, make sure that it is in the front so that you could add symbol diameter. Okay, and then click outside or check or close the text editor. Okay, and then I'll add another linear here so that I could provide the height, and I'll just double click this one, and then I'll apply the parenthesis on the before and after. Then I'll just check this one. Okay, so 25 diameter, and then Okay, so I think that's complete. So I just the measure, okay, or project the dimensions of this one. So I just project, let's say, radius, okay, radius of this arc, okay, and then the diameter, and then the angle 45 degree and 50.8. So I just use linear, this one and that edge corner, so 50.8, and then the angle here, so I just use angle, so I just select this one and that one, okay, so that I could project the 45 degree here side, okay, and that completes it. Okay, now I need to project the specification notes, okay, using text. Now let us use multi-line text. Okay, so multi-line text, so somewhere here, so I'll just provide the text here, the text box. Then what does it says? Notes, unless otherwise specified, so it should be Arial. Okay, and then the height is also 6, let's say 6, enter. Okay, now I'll just provide notes, and notes, um, suggest, then space, unless, caps lock, otherwise specified. Then colon, enter, then 1, space, and then material specification, material specification is cast iron. Then for number 2, interpret dimensioning. Tolerancing and tolerancing and symbol hints with ASME year 14.5, 2009. Okay, then I'll just select this one, highlight this one, and then make sure that it is underlined. Okay, and then I'll just check this close, or to close this text editor. Okay, then I can move this one somewhere in that location, and that should be the drawing of the mechanical file. So let's view here this one. Okay, okay, so somewhat should be similar.